6, where we cover 6 stories from around the world in 6 minutes or less. With that said, start your timer. We begin today in Ecuador, where President Daniel Nobo's car was attacked, leading to the detention of 5 individuals. The incident highlights the ongoing challenges of drug-related violence and political instability in the country. Authorities are investigating the attack, though President Noboa remained unharmed during the incident. From Reuters, quote, "We have detained 5 individuals suspected to be connected with the attack on President Noboa's vehicle," said Interior Minister Gabriel Martinez. "Our investigations continue, and we will not rest until justice is served," end quote. Next, we travel across the Atlantic to the continent of Africa, where Mandela, grandson of Nelson Mandela, was recently deported from Israel while participating in a delegation supporting Pakistan's rights. The deportation has created diplomatic tensions between South Africa and Israel, highlighting the ongoing conflict and South Africa's strong support for the Palestinian cause. From Reuters, quote, "The actions by Israeli authorities have been strongly condemned by various political figures in South Africa, with many viewing it as an affront not only to Mandela himself, but also to the broader struggle for human rights in Palestine." And this comes from an unattributed Reuters commentary. Next, we travel back across the Atlantic to Costa Rica, who has nominated its former Vice President, Rebecca Gerspan, to lead the United Nations, marking a significant diplomatic moment for the small Central American nation. Gerspan, with extensive international deployment experience, is a strong candidate during a critical period of the UN reforms. Her nomination underscores Costa Rica's commitment to playing a larger role in global affairs and highlights her potential to address complex global challenges. From Reuters, quote, "Gerspan's nomination is a testament to Costa Rica's belief in their ability to lead and implement change on a global scale. It is also seen as a crucial asset in dealing with the UN's complex organizational and diplomatic environment," end quote. Across the world in Malaysia, the foreign minister, Zarabi Abdul Qadir, is visiting Myanmar as part of the ASEAN's diplomatic efforts to address ongoing instability and push for progress in the 5-point consensus peace plan. The visit aims to re-engage Myanmar in regional processes, foster dialogue, and explore pathways towards potential national reconciliation amid the country's military rule since 2021. From Reuters, quote, "This engagement is crucial not only for the pressing forward of the ASEAN agenda, but for ensuring that avenues for peace and stability are fully explored. Our objective is to foster communication channels and could lead to a cessation of violence and ultimately pave the way for free and fair elections in Myanmar," end quote. Further south in New Zealand, the Reserve Bank surprised markets by cutting the official cash rate by 50 basis points, lowering it to 3.5%. This aggressive monetary policy move aims to counteract economic slowdowns by addressing weaker domestic demand, reduced global economic growth, and increasing financial market volatility. The central bank seeks to stimulate borrowing and spending to cushion the economy during challenging conditions. From Reuters, quote, "Given the current trajectory of global economic indicators and local market conditions, the decision to lower the cash rate by 50 basis points was deemed necessary," said RBNZ governor. Despite previous measures, the domestic economy continues to face headwinds, particularly from a weakening export sector and lower than expected inbound tourism recovery, end quote. And finally, we go to France, where the Prime Minister, Sébastien Lecornu, suggests that dissolving Parliament is becoming increasingly unlikely as we approach the end of 2025. The political landscape in France is stabilizing, with the government prioritizing policy implementation and addressing national challenges. From Reuters, quote, "The people are calling for action, for results, not for political games," Lecornu stated, emphasizing the public's desire for practical solutions over political maneuvering. He also noted that the national dialogue is now more centered on policy implementation, reflecting a growing desire for tangible changes in the French political system. Today we will discuss And he said today that they would go on to discuss how it would change in the future, if it would, and how they can get more people involved. So, of course, if you want to read any of today's articles, they'll be linked in the description below that like and subscribe button. Also down there, you can find the podcast on Spotify, Pocket Cast, Podvine, as well as the Twitter handle at Your Daily Flip, where I post links to these episodes on Tuesday and Thursday, and the normal podcast that comes out about American affairs on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So, with all that said, there's only one more thing to say. Stay safe. Don't die.